everyone, welcome back to Digital Podcast with Vishnu
and Naura. In this digital era, e-money has become an integral part of our daily life. The ease of transaction offered by e-money is very tempting. However, beyond the inconvenience, there is serious threat lurking, namely cybercrime.
Have you ever thought, every time we shop online or we have transaction via cell phone, our data is actually traveling in cyberspace? Well, this data journey is not always smooth. There are dangers lurking, from mischievous hackers to fake apps.
So, today in this podcast, we will truly discuss the security risks that can threaten our digital transaction. From the types of cybercrime, how phishing works, blockchain, to the best tip for protecting our personal data.
Today we have two special guests. First is Mrs. Nabila Salma, a smart cybersecurity expert who is well known in this digital world. Second is Mrs. Yumna Ayla, a worker at a large e-money company.
We welcome Miss Salma and Miss Kayla.
Hi Miss Alma, hi Miss Kayla.
Hi.
I'm glad you guys could come here.
We're also happy to be invited on this podcast.
Glad to hear that. Let's jump into the show now.
Miss Salma, first question. As a cybersecurity expert, what are types of cyber attacks on e-money?
The attacks are of various kinds, such as phishing, which is an attack to mimic a legitimate website or email to steal personal information, such as username, password, and credit card number. Then there is malware, which is malicious software that can infect device and steal data. Next is data breach, which is data leak that occurs due to a cyber attack or human error. Then stealing someone's personal information, such as credit card number or identification data, and using it for illegal purpose. And there is also online fraud that we often encounter around us. Now this fraud is carried out using various modes such as online buying and selling fraud, investment fraud, and others.
Wow, there are so many of them. But I'm curious about the trending of quizzing lately. Please explain to us what quizzing is and how it works, Miss Salma.
Phishing, also known as QR code phishing, is a combination of phishing attack and QR code fraud. More specifically, fraudsters use fake QR codes to trick victims and obtain personal information or redirect them to malicious sites. While scanning QR codes by many people has become very easy, it is often difficult to distinguish between real and fake QR codes. This is the reason why phishing attack using QR codes can easily trick victims, causing potential significant loss. It works by using a fake QR code. This QR code is square in shape and is read by a smartphone camera. Once scanned, it generally redirects user to a website, application, or other page. This use has increased since the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic to reduce physical interaction. We often encounter these QR codes in various places. For example, in restaurants to open menus and order online, offline store to create membership, and many other places.
Wow, it's so terrible, right, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Is there any technology that can improve our security for e-money?
Obviously, there is. The technology is called blockchain.
Blockchain? This is the first time I've ever heard of it. Maybe you guys heard it for the first time too, right? So, Miss Salma, can you please explain what blockchain is and how it works?
Simply put, blockchain is a technology that conceptualizes a chain of blocks. When each block is centralized database which can be used to record and verify transaction or information in a secure, reliable, and transparent way. How blockchain works: every transaction that occurs, such as digital money transfer or data exchange, is recorded in a block. This block contains complete information about the transaction, such as who the sender, receiver, amount transfer, and time of the transaction. The block is then verified by entire network of computers connected to the blockchain. If the transaction is verified and deemed valid, the block is added to the exciting blockchain. This process of addition creates an unbroken chain that continues to grow in length. Each block added to chain is time-stamped and linked to the previous block using very strong cryptographic technique. This makes it extremely difficult to alter the data already recorded in the blockchain without the entire network knowing about it.
Wow, it turned out that such technology exists. Fortunately, we invited Miss Salma today so we could connect like this. Thank you, Miss Salma.
No problem.
Next question is for Miss Kayla. As someone who works for a money company, how does your company secure data from criminals?
It is important for every company to have measures to anticipate and minimize the risk of data leakage, such as give the associated access to the latest threats intelligence to monitor and respond to potential attacks. Next is EDR solution can be used to quickly detect, investigate, and address data leakage incident. Next is implement security system to protect data and prevent misuse. And the last is provide training to increase employee awareness of cyber threats such as phishing.
But that doesn't rule out the possibility of data leakage, right?
Of course it is.
If there is a leak, how does your company deal with it?
Even though we have anticipated data leaks can still be happen to anyone. Now, if at any time a data leak occurs, the way we react to it is quick action by the technical team to prevent further leaks and control the situation. Next is some important evidence such as trace on the device for digital forensic. And the last is disconnect to the main network to prevent the spread of malware and monitor for suspicious data.
This is a company. Of course, a money user must be able to secure that data. So, what is your advice to a money user to maintain personal data security when using a money?
So, for tips on maintaining the security of personal data when using electronic money application, such as create a password with a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid personal information that is easy to guess. Next is be aware of suspicious emails or messages. Check the sender's address and links before entering personal data. Next is do not give out sensitive data unless necessary and avoid using unsecured public Wi-Fi. Next, report suspicious transaction or notification to customer service immediately. Next is enable screen lock and don't let others access your phone. Next is do not share PIN and protect the screen when entering sensitive information. And the last is download e-money apps only from authorized source and check user reviews before installing them.
Hopefully, what has been conveyed in this podcast would useful for you all.
So we say goodbye. Podcast Digital 1, 2, 3, share.